is located in omotracheal triangle, in lower third of SCF, and it is come to omoclavicular triangle. These are like my three fingers. Consequently, it is passing this three-mentioned region, but they neighboring located regions to each other. Now let's draw. First of all, I need the midline of the neck. I need the jugular notch of the sternum, and only one side clavicle. I don't need the both sides. One side will be more than enough. Brilliant. Now draw please the level of the vertebrae. Here will be the P1, C7, C6. I don't need the more. You can see in level of jugular notch of the sternum, I draw here T1, yeah? We decided that this is not the level of C7, but this is the level of T1. On the transverse process of C6, draw please which kind of ball-shaped protrusion. It will be tuberculosis. Diagram is understandable for you. Very good. Now from this tuberculoticum, start the muscle which is descending to down. Muscle number 1. You don't see the place of its insertion. Why? Because that is the first rib. The first rib, as you remember, located behind of your clavicle. Yeah. Then, by the way, then you count the ribs. For example, for puncture, palpation, percussion. You started it from second rib, because first one doesn't locate it. It is horizontally located behind of your clavicle. Yeah. The position of first rib and clavicle coincide to each other. From down to upwards, I will now, so I need important structure. I go into green. Structure number 2, which I think you understand what is it. This is pleural sac. Pleural sac forms by parietal pleura. You know, there are two layers of pleura, yeah? Parietal and visceral. Parietal pleura forms the sac, visceral covers the lungs. And what is located between parietal and visceral pleura? Pleural space, of course, which has small amount of the serous liquid. Yeah? By the way, this liquid doesn't accumulate it, it's located in the surface. If the liquid is accumulated inside of space, we call it pathological liquid. Or free liquid. Remember about it. By the way, uppermost portion of this parietal pleura is structure number 3. We call cupula pleura. This is the cupular upper portion of the pleura. Parietal pleura divided into several cupula. Do you know what is the cupula? Cupula. The couple, cupula. 1 minute, listen to me. Parietal pleura has 4 main portions. First biggest one, which is covered the ribs and sternum from inside, we call costosternal portion. Inferior portion, which is covered the diaphragm, we call diaphragmatical portion. Right and left, which is bordered the mediastinum, we call mediastinum. And uppermost, which is going to up, we call the cupula of the pleura. That's it. This is cupula of pleura. Now, which conclusion I can make? According to its location, which conclusion I can make? Oh, it's so boring to work with you guys. With you, then I work, I have only one really sensation. I want to sleep. Really, I want to sleep. If you want for somebody prescribed the sleeping, you will tense him to work with you. Which conclusion? Look in the picture. By place of location of the cupula of pleura, which conclusion I can make? Sorry? It's located in neck region, because above the clavicle we have neck, not the thorax. Now imagine imagine that your patient has knife or gun or another kind of the wound in the lower portion of the neck. And imagine that this pleura is damaged. Which sign and symptoms will have your patient? Next time, when I will come to your class or lecture, I will speak like you. I will speak like you. Maybe. You will appreciate it. So speak normally, understanding of it. What will be happen if this sac will be perforated?
Pleural fluid will come out.
Okay, you don't know medical term, how to call it, but what will be happen with your patient? Collapse. Why collapse? You think the pressure will be decreased? Why collapse?
The pleural fluid.
By your words, just describe which kind of problem primary will be happen.
Fluid will come out and friction will happen.
What will be happen?
The pleural fluid will come out and
Fountain of the fluids, yeah. The fluid will make the fountains in all the sides. We have a liter of the fluids inside. 2 minutes before I say you know any free liquid, 2 milliliter of the liquid which is lubricating the surface. You will have the stream of this liquid here. Huh? Inflammation. Awful press. Your patient or will not breathe, or this breathing will be very hard. This problem, how we call it, by the way, you know? If the breathing is hard or it's absent, how we call it? Now, right to remember, hard breathing or absent of the breathing, we call, who will say? I will put 10 just now. Apnoea is stop of the breathing. Asphyxia. Asphyxia. Now the great biologists and physiologists, explain me please why perforation of the sac will make breathing hard. Friends, what do you smoke during the lessons of your anatomy? That is so interesting. Or what do you read? That's fantastical, guys. How is it possible to just waste 1.5 years? What?
air will
You know, guys, now I will say you a big secret. Write it and you will say it to your grandsons this after. For the breathing, we need the negative pressure inside of the pleural cavity. Right, guys, right. This is sensational information. We need the negative pressure inside of the pleural cavity. Unfortunately, then you perforated it. Air from environment enter inside of this negative space and make the pressure positive. So then your pressure in pleural cavity become too positive. What is happened with your lung? Collapse, compression, brilliant. Problem is called Problem is called pneumothorax. That's why, friends, pay attention. Why so long I speak about this? Because this pneumothorax can be happen not only in case of thorax trauma, but in case of neck trauma also. Because in the neck we have also pleural space. But let's continue our picture. Now, inside of this green sac, I will draw the blue structure. Structure 4. What is it? What is it? Lung. Brilliant answer. Yeah, it's so logical. because in this space we don't have anything except the lung. And 1 minute attention into structure number 5. How we call the uppermost portion of the lung? She's again right. It is apex of the lung. My conclusion is simple. In the neck region we have not only pleural cavity, but in the neck region we have also lung tissue. Do you agree with me or no? So, trauma which we described before can damage not only pleural sac, but it can damage the lung also. And of course, primary sign here will be profuse bleeding. Profuse bleeding. And if before I have pneumothorax only, now I will have also pneumothorax with hemothorax. Generally, we can call it hydrothorax. Exactly, we can call it hemothorax. Hydra, it is any liquid. Blood, it is hemothorax. So I will have pneumohemothorax. I will have accumulation of air and accumulation of the blood inside of the pleural sac. Questions? No questions. Let's continue. Picture is not finished. Now, laterally to this vertebra, draw the deep muscles of the neck. It is your long cervical muscles, number 6. Long cervical muscles. Musculus longus corde. And now everybody, attract your attention into triangle A. Triangle A in this picture is called scaleno-vertical triangle. Borders of it is greatly shown in the picture. Medially vertebra with deep muscles, laterally interior scalenus, inferiorly the cupula of pleura. Is it visible? I will be fifth fasciist. I will cover all this space. So if you need to reach it, you will cut this fifth fascia to see under of it this scaleno-vertebral triangle. What is inside of it? We need attention into next our slide. Here you can see the, by the way, same this triangle which I draw here, scalenus muscle, long muscle, and cupula of the pleura. And you can see triangle. What is inside of it? Apex of the lung, brachycephalic veins, brachycephalic trunk, first portion of subclavian artery, ductus thoracicus, right lymphatic ducts, ganglion stellatum or cervicothoracicum, it is third inferior cervical ganglion. Yeah? Nervus laryngeus recurrens, nervus vagus, nervus phrenicus. By the way, how you can recognize by position? Phrenicus pass in front of the lung root. Vagus pass behind of the lung root. So it is deeper inclination. And from first portion of subclavian artery, as we say, yeah, 3 branches will be originating: ascending, descending, and lateral. What about ascending branch? How we call ascending branch of the first part of subclavian? People cannot live without it, students simply. Students can simply live without this artery, but people not. Which artery is it? Which organ you don't use usually? Which organ you don't use usually? Brain. So this is artery which is supplied the brain. Which artery is it? I say you don't use this organ, friend. You just prove what I say you just now. How is it possible to not know one from 2 arteries which is supply the brain? Your whole brain supply only by 2 arteries, friend. I think it's not simple hard to remember 1 and 2 names. Only 2. Not 100. Not even 25. Only 2. What I will say you, it is the internal carotid artery. No, to be relaxed. This is not internal carotid. This is second one, which is called vertebral artery. Internal carotid, it is not the branch of subclavian, friend. Again, you don't use your brain. Internal carotid, it is branch of common carotid, which we discussed several minutes before. Subclavian gives the vertebral artery. Here you can see it now in this picture, this ascending artery, which is go to up. It is vertebral. You remember that cervical vertebrae in the transverse processes have the apertures. We call the transverse apertures, yeah. Vertebral artery pass from this aperture, come to your foramen occipital skull, and enter inside of your cranial cavity. What is happening with this artery inside of your own cranial cavity? No, it's not supply anything. In front of your palms, right and left, vertebral arteries joined to each other. What they forms? You start to use your brain. They forms the basilar artery, which is connected with internal carotid. They forms Velician trunk or circle, which is gives anterior, middle, and posterior cerebral arteries. That's all. Descending artery also is greatly important, especially for CABG surgery. Do you know what is CABG surgery? Bypass surgery of the coronary arteries. Coronal arterial bypass surgery. CABG, it is abbreviation. Coronary artery bypass surgery. This is arteria thoracica interna. Arteria thoracica interna descending to down by inner surface of your thorax, and it gives first of all anterior intercostal arteries. Then it gives the pericardiophrenical branch to the pericardium. In this level we can graft it and use for bypass surgery. You know what is the bypass? Can you draw now in your beautiful iPad what is the bypass surgery? No, you don't imagine, friend. This is main artery. For example, it is blocked here. If you will make the anastomosis in such a way, blood will pass now in this new direction and will avoid this blockade waves. I'll show it for your friends if they will understand. This is main artery. It is blocked, coronary artery. What will be complication? Infarct. Muscle of the heart will be dead. Now connected your hand in this place. This is avoiding surgery, something like this. I make the anastomosis, which is avoiding this closed place and which is providing the blood to final destination. Bridge, otherwise bridge above the blockade and below the blockade. Do you understand me? It's so simple, friends. Lateral artery, which you see in this picture, we call thyroid cervical trunk. Remember, please, 4 branches. Inferior thyroid, not superior. Superior thyroid, it is branch of external carotid artery. 100 times I told you today. Inferior thyroid, suprascapular, superficial cervical, and ascending. By the way, this suprascapular also very important artery. Now look in the picture. That is your clavicle. That is your subclavian, which is come to the axillaris. You know, axillaris after continues to brachialis. Yeah? Now look. It gives suprascapular, which is come to the scapular region. Axillary gives the infrascapular. They form the collateral anastomosis. If main artery will be blocked here, look, this is the normal blood way. This is collateral. That's why there are strong rules in the surgery of subclavian artery. It can be ligated only distally to draw posterior cervicalis. If you will ligate it proximally, you will close and main and continue. What I show, what is it? It's collateral. If I will close and knee and collateral knee, what will be happen? Why, friend? Now look. You are my good friend. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. You decided to be doctor. Yes or no? Why you don't listen? If you listen, why you can't repeat? Sorry?
I understand that only.
If you don't understand, ask me. I am very kind person. I will be happy to repeat for you once again. I repeat it. Now look, this is the main way of supplement of your upper extremity. It means arteria subclavia become to axillaris, become to brachialis. Yes or no? Now imagine that this arteria axillaris by atherosclerosis is closed, or it is damaged or you ligate. How will we supply your upper extremity? By these collaterals. One is originated from subclavian artery. We call it suprascapularis. Second originated from axillary. We call it subscapularis. And they make anastomosis. Now rules say if you need to ligate subclavian artery, ligate it distally to this branch, not proximally to it. What will be happen if I will make ligation proximally to this branch? What will be happen?
The
Huh?
other artery also will be better.
And finally, what will be happen?
The necrosis.
Of course, thank you. Of course, necrosis. Sorry, it is usual pathological condition which is happened with tissues without supply. Necrosis. Questions? If no questions, let's continue. But your subclavian artery doesn't finish inside of scalenvertebral triangle. Second portion, if I will draw it, why remove these chalks? If I will draw the second portion, by the way, to draw the second portion, I must to show one more muscle. Now that will be muscle number, which is my last number, 6. This will be 7 muscle, which is called middle scalenus. Yeah, there are 3 scalenus muscles. Yeah, anterior, middle, and posterior. And that will be middle scalenus. Now look, by this green color, I will draw first part of your subclavian. Then, let's do it beautiful. It's such a way. Oh, look like continuation. Then I will draw the second part. And it's greatly visible that this second part will be in space between these 2 scalenus muscles. We call it interscalenus space. And finally, last part, let's little bit prolong our clavicle to show it in all its length. Yes, I mean like this. And last part will be immediately above the midpoint of your clavicle, inside of the overclavicular triangle. Now, second portion will give only one branch. Yeah, which is divided into 2. Costocervical. It gives 2 branches. Yeah, intercostalis suprema, very important artery, guys. It is supplied first and second intercostal space. In first and second intercostal space, we don't have intercostal arteries. We have intercostalis suprema. That's why. And venous blood from first and second space drain not into vena azygos and hemazygos, like for all another intercostal veins, but inside of subclavian. If artery started from subclavian, vein is draining to subclavian also. 2 branches. Second one, it is the cervicalis profundus, which is go to the deep artery, deep muscles and supply. And finally, the last portion gives only one branch, which we call transverse cervical. The transverse cervical artery. So remember, it's simple. Portion number 1, which is in scalenvertebral triangle, 3 branches, ascending, descending, lateral, ascending vertebral, descending thoracico-internal, lateral truncus, tibiocervicalis. Second portion, only 1 branch, truncus costocervicalis. This light is kill me. It is very light. No, your cell phone light. It is exactly directed in my eye. Then you look to you, it is just sorry. And then, like this all the class. You see, so long I waited, don't say it. Okay. Do you have problems with typography? By the way, my congratulations, we finished typographical anatomy of neck. But no time to any break, that's I write